Hey guys, welcome to Manifesting Better. I'm back with another video and another topic that needs to be addressed. I also have an Instagram account, the link for that is in the description box below. Coaching is also available, the link for that too is in the description box below. Today's video is going to be about boundaries, how to set boundaries, some practical examples of how to set boundaries in your physical world. There will be two parts of this video. In the first section of the video, I will be covering different kinds of boundaries. In the second section of the video, I will be talking about how to set some boundaries and some practical examples based on every section and every situation. I have covered this deeply in my self-concept course, so I will be taking some things from there. I actually love this topic because way back, I used to be very bad at setting boundaries. Even after I had gotten into manifestation, I used to be very, very bad at it. But I have worked through that, and honestly, most of the examples that I will take will be from my 3 years of coaching experience now, in which I have seen a lot of clients having similar kind of issues with boundaries. Now, this might not be your exact situation, and of course, in a video, I cannot cover that. I cannot cover your exact situation without knowing your full story first, but I will try to cover as many general possibilities as I can. Watch the video till the end. I will be covering a lot of examples, so it will help you a lot. So, the first set of boundaries is the boundaries that we have to keep within ourselves. Now, this can be honestly the most important type of boundaries that you might have to work with, and these start with yourself. Here, you will be faced with discipline issues in stalking and chasing. These are boundaries that you have to put for yourself in front of yourself based on the actions that you have to do. These include procrastination, these include being lazy, these include not following through on your affirmations, not actually doing what you say you will do. So these are issues related to actions, your own particular boundaries within yourself, things that you say that I will do but you actually don't do. And although after this video you will have a better understanding of how to deal with boundaries, a very small part of it should be to start putting forward boundaries with yourself that have to be super small. I will give some examples later where I will go into detail on what these actually means. But the first kind of boundaries, trust me, you can do it, is boundaries that you have to put within yourself. The second set of boundaries are boundaries within your family, your close friends, your significant other, your boss, people who you have a close intimate relationship with. The boss might or might not be in the same category, but people you have a close intimate relationship with. This can often be very tedious and honestly one of the toughest ones, because we often overextend ourselves for the people we love, and we often do it under the pretense that they are very important, which is not wrong, but you cannot give from an empty cup. Plus, realize this, that every time you give some of yourself to someone when you cannot, someone close to you, you're also disrespecting them and their feelings towards you. Because eventually, there are two things that are going to happen. First, when you don't want to do something and it's not something that you will respect yourself for, and you still do it, you will often hold resentment against the other person for making you do it. When in the first place, it was not the other person making you do it, it was you doing it, which led to the resentment building in. The second thing that will happen is eventually you are lying to someone that you claim to love, because you are making them think that what you are doing or what they are making you do is okay with you. And I will be giving examples of this too. And the last kind of boundaries are boundaries towards the world. Now, these are with random people or friends that are not so important, or some of your colleagues, or some people, someone on the internet, some professional relationship where these people are a part of your life, but they are not very important. As in, they are not very important people who you have to please, or there is no intimate relationship involved with them. So these are the three different kinds of boundaries. Now let's get on to examples and practical examples on how to handle them. Before that, I would like to say a few things about the concept of boundaries. The first thing is that boundaries are not often easy. And if you have this concept in your mind that putting up a boundary will instantly mean that the other person will agree, that might not be the case, because over a period of time, you have allowed the other person to feel that this is not your boundary is something way smaller. So when you start to finally put it, they also might not understand the dynamic that is in that situation right now. And boundary setting, even after working on your self concept for a long time, might be one of the very most difficult things that you do, because boundary setting is not always easy. Even till now, when I put some boundaries, sometimes even though I'm very firm with it, I sometimes feel icky about it, I sometimes feel weird about it. So putting boundaries, not always easy. It has to come from a place of firm decisions, it has to be strict, and it has to be done consistently. Your boundaries cannot be a boundary that you put in just for a very small time to disrespect it later. Now let's get into the examples and practical examples on how to handle them. So first we will talk about the first kind of boundaries, that are the boundaries that we put and set for ourselves. These are issues where we have lack of discipline or lack of actions. A very good example to set practical boundaries for yourself, one, should be to start very small. Now, in these situations, starting small means whenever you want to build up a new habit, or whenever you have to put up a new boundary for yourself. For example, you have put up a boundary for yourself that I won't be stalking anymore. Then make sure that the primary focus of the one thing that you don't have to do is stalking, not stalking, and take it day by day. So, this is what it means by start small. Take it day by day. Maybe I will just not stalk today. Maybe I will just not chase today, then do it again tomorrow, then day after that, then day after that. It has to be done consistently, and it has to be in a small way. And the second very good example is to put this in front of something non-negotiable for yourself, or make it a prize or loss kind of such situation for yourself. If I stalk today, I will not have a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee might not be important for you, but it is so something that is important to you, so that it actually has some sort of consequence in your life. The second kind of boundaries are boundaries that we put up with the people that we love. Now here you have to understand that there will be many times where maybe your parents will be pushing you to do something, or maybe your siblings will be pushing you to do something, or maybe your close friends will have a different opinion about something than you do, or maybe your significant other has a different kind of mindset about a particular thing. Putting up boundaries with people that you love doesn't always have to be an argument. It can just be a simple form of disagreement. And putting up a boundary for yourself, or making yourself or them respect your opinion, doesn't have to come at the expense of not respecting theirs. So, for example, if someone you like or you love, right now you are in a friends with benefits kind of situation, and that person wants to push that boundary because they are very interested in being friends with benefits. But maybe right now you aren't. Maybe right now you want a full relationship. Putting up a boundary, and a practical example of that would look something like, hey, I know right now what you want from this dynamic is not exactly what I want. I love and value our relationship too much, and I'm not doing this to fight you. I love spending time with you. But I think at this current moment, we are in different positions in our life right now. I would love to pursue a relationship with you in a deeper way, but I don't think you're ready for that. Of course, if you are, you can reach out to me. You know where I would be, but I cannot pursue this any further. Do you see how, when you put up a boundary this way, you did not disrespect them, you did not call them out on anything, you just told them that you have a different opinion about something than they do, you want something different than they do. It is not no one's fault. And this doesn't mean that a relationship cannot manifest from this. It just means that till it does, you don't have to accept someone's disrespect. Another example of this would be when your parents are going to be pushing you to do something that you might not want to do. Now, this will have two parts in it. One time it will be something that your parents will understand if you put up a boundary. The other time they might not, right? So they might not understand you, or they might push you. If they understand you, then saying them something like, hey, I know right now you want me to get involved in this college, or you want me to get married to this person in an arranged marriage setup. But I don't think I'm ready for that right now, because if I get involved in it, sooner or later I will start to hate it, and it will not be a good long term solution for me. So I would want and request you to give me some time, because I know you want the best for me, but in this current moment, I want to feel that I can take the decision myself. Now, this is for when they can understand it. Let's say they don't understand it. Let's say they are going to be pushing you, and it's a situation where it's more of a strict relationship with your parents. Then the first thing to understand and accept is that if circumstances cannot instantly change, that doesn't mean that they won't change at all. It just means that till they change, you might have to do some things that you don't want to do. So you might have to proceed with that dynamic for a bit to please your parents if there is no other option. But still, a boundary could look like, I know that you are trying to push me to do this. I don't really want to do this. I'm only doing it for the sake of you, but this doesn't mean that I'm happy with this decision. If given a chance, I would take a different decision, and I know in the future this will not pan out very well for me. So I would really appreciate if you give me some space to make my own decision, and if you cannot, at least respect the kind of choices that I have towards particular things. Now see here, you also didn't disrespect them, and you didn't disrespect their opinion. You just put up your point across, and this is where you can work on manifesting that, oh, everything works out for me, or my parents always support me. Affirmations like that, which can support your claim of you putting up a boundary. I'm really sorry for if there is some background noise. Actually, there is a thunderstorm going on. So if there is some noise, some street dogs or something, I'm really sorry for that. Coming to the third topic of boundaries that we have to put with people that we are not really fully interested in. These can be people, maybe someone cut you in line. Maybe your colleague is asking you to do some of his work that you actually don't want to do. First thing is that this can be a very good practice, right? Because these boundaries can be taken in a form of practice. Because when you start putting up boundaries in these situations, you can actually take it in different perspectives and actually start to do it more and more with your own personal relationships. But here, simple things should be to tell them that, hey, let's say someone cut you in line. It can be, hey, I know we have been standing in this line for a while now, and I would really appreciate that you follow the order. Simple. Maybe someone cut you in a parking lot. Hey, I was looking for this parking lot. I would really appreciate if you'd allow me to take this space. Do you see how every boundary that every example that I am giving you, there are 2-3 elements involved. One is a firmness within my voice, which means I'm not going to back down if the other person retaliates a little bit. The other thing is that it's very calm and balanced. I'm very collected when I'm putting up a boundary. I'm not trying to blame the other person for anything. The third thing is I'm very clear that I know that I am correct here. Because if I am standing up for myself, that comes from a place of self-understanding that I know that the choice that I'm making for myself is correct here. This is how you can put up boundaries in situations in your life, and it will honestly change your life if you start to put up boundaries in particular situations, maybe with your peers when they are forcing you to drink when you don't want to, or maybe with a family member when they are forcing you to do something that you don't want to. You will actually stop developing so much resentment against them, and it will be very helpful later down your life, because now you will respect yourself for putting up boundaries. People will respect you for you putting up boundaries, and it will be a healthy dynamic from there. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good day. Click the like button if you liked the video. Subscribe and turn the notifications on for more such content. Comment down your video suggestions, and I will see you guys in the next one.